Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos for you every Tuesday. Today's video is my 2020 planner stack, and it's going to also include journals that I'm using in my life, and I am going to show you everything, which is not all here because it wouldn't fit very well. I'm going to show you everything that I am planning to use in 2020 that I'm currently using right now. But as we all know, as the year goes on, things change and morph. Every quarter, I give you an update video, a planning update. And that's where I show you that quarter, how my planning's going, what I'm doing in each planner, and if I've changed any of my systems up. Those videos go under my updates playlist. So if you want to check out previous quarters or just how I plan in general, some of those videos go more into depth about how I plan, and then some are more just a run through of how I'm doing in each item. I personally love seeing how other people plan and how they change things up as seasons of their lives change and even seasons of the year change. Because as our kids are in school or home for the summer, our lives can drastically change. I am a mom to two boys, 16 and 11 years old. I homeschool them both. I haven't always homeschooled them both. This is actually my first year to be homeschooling my 16-year-old. He has previously been in public school his whole life, and my 11-year-old I have homeschooled since first grade, and he's in fifth grade this year. So that's just a little bit about me and what season I'm in my life. Let's jump into my planners. I'm going to move some of my stacks so we can just focus on one thing at a time. I'm going to take you through everything, hopefully pretty quickly, because I do have quite a stack. I want you guys to know that I didn't always use this many planners and journals. It's because of how my life has changed since running this channel. Just for instance, now I need a content planner, and now I need a YouTube calendar. This channel has also become a part-time job, a job I can do from home, but definitely a part-time job, which just makes me busier in general with emailing people back, remembering what I promised someone to show on Instagram, and on and on and on, which also lends itself to me needing new and different planning methods, which I didn't need before this channel. Since I've been able to review so many planners for this channel, I get to try them all out and then find out which ones I really love. And there are some that I really love that I can't fit in my life because we just can't use every planner at one time, unfortunately. So there are many planners that I truly love that just don't fit into my system right now. I really have to be disciplined and keep my system whittled down because with all the choices I have from my reviews, I could be using 20 planners, but we don't want to go there. If you're new here, I review as many planners as I can for you on YouTube. My videos are once a week on Tuesdays, and I also have started doing a lot of reviews on IGTV because I just can't produce more than one video a week, but there are so many planners out there. I hope that my videos help you to be able to see what's out there, especially from the smaller companies, also to help you not waste your money and time on planners that won't work for you because it's hard to know without seeing them in detail before you buy them. My number one guiding light is my ERIN CONDREN Weekly. I have been in an ERIN CONDREN Weekly for almost 2.5 years now. I am in the colorful vertical. I've used the vertical from the beginning, but I have used the neutral some, and I'm in the colorful vertical, and I'm in the academic year. I put a separate cover that I ordered, especially neutral, up here because I like it to hold all my sticky notes. That way, when I change my cover out, I don't have to move all my sticky notes off of it. So this extra cover, it just acts like a dashboard. It adds more stability, and I'm able to just pull my sticky notes off to pre-plan a little bit, things that I'm not sure if they're going to happen or not. I also put my mantra up here, and I really haven't changed it out in a long time. This is hard. This is normal. This will change. Just remember, whatever you're going through in life, it is not permanent. Whatever phase, whether it's a newborn baby, a hard family situation, a hard chronic illness, even though it may go on for your whole life, I know that those things ebb and flow, hopefully, and you will go through easier seasons. So in my colorful vertical life planner, it started in July because of the academic year. I started out in July not using any pictures in here, and I will just flip through while I talk for a little bit. I started out just how I normally do. I'm a very functional planner. I do not sit down and plan my whole week out at all. I just plan as I go. So as events come up, they get put on my calendar way ahead of time. Like we're in January right now when I'm filming this, and if we look ahead to February, February, you will see I already have things written in February and I already have stickers. And that is because I do something a little bit different. I sticker my entire planner when I first get it. I sticker it for the entire year. I like to have stickers in it, not too many because I'm a functional planner and I need a lot of white space, but I do like to have stickers for holidays. I feel like they bring a lot of joy to my life to put some stickers in here, even though I have the colorful. Some weeks might only have one, like this one, and other weeks, as you saw, have a lot. I do not have a time in my life where I want to sit down every week and sticker my planner and plan out my week. My week gets planned out just as my life goes on. I don't have a lot written in here right now because we don't have a lot of appointments. We don't have any vacations planned right now. And both my kids are homeschooled. So there's not a lot of school dates I have to write on the calendar. You'll see I do have a doctor appointment. If I sticker way far ahead, then I already know where I can write. So number one, I'm not sitting down every week to sticker. I don't sit down every week to plan. Every Sunday, I do sit down and I look at it and I wrap up my week, like what didn't get done, bump what still needs to get done to the next week. But I do not sit there and plan the whole next week. You can tell it's just functional. It happens as the week goes on, more gets added. So I will show you, for instance, here's the week we're in right now. And we are on a Monday. So this is what my week looks like on a Monday. This is what my week looked like ending last week and the week before and the week before that. I have been adding pictures to my week, but I haven't for like the last 2 weeks. I might want to go back and catch up on that. Obviously for Christmas, I added a lot more and there's always a lot more stickers on the holidays, but these stickers were stuck down when I got this planner end of May or sometime in June when I set it all up. It starts in July. I prefer to do an academic planner. That's when ERIN CONDREN comes out with her new planners for the year, and I always want to start them right away. Also, with my kids being in school, it goes with the school year. Even though both my kids are homeschooled, all their friends are in public school. We go with the public school days off. We take the summers off. Also, my son has a church seminary class every morning, and that goes with our district school days off. We flow with our district, and I do write those days in my planner usually so I can keep track of that. So it makes sense for us to be in the academic year because we do still follow the school year, and it feels like a fresh start and a good time to start over. Who knows, even when my kids are out of school, I might still be going on the academic year because that's when ERIN CONDREN comes out with our new planners. And honestly, I just don't want to wait until January probably to jump into the new one. That's what my weekly planner looks like. This sits on my desk in my office and it just guides me all week. It's where I look for the big events and the big things that have to happen that week. All the big things go on it. Here's looking 1 week ahead. There's probably not much written. Yeah, not much. I don't use my monthly layouts really in my ERIN CONDREN for planning. I'm kind of weird like that. My monthly layouts, I have to see right in front of my face. Instead of a wall calendar, I use this Shelly Monthly Notebook. I absolutely love it because it is thin and it has no extra pages except for one lined page in between every month. She has lines on her months. I assign one color of mild liner per month. Then I can mark all our events and I can look way far ahead and flip through the entire year. I don't know. There's something about having a coil in the middle, not being able to just flip from month to month. I need to see my months like this when planning far ahead. Everything that goes on here also goes in my iCal on my phone. So these are our big events and appointments. This sits on a clear ERIN CONDREN easel on my desk all the time. So instead of having a wall calendar, this is like my big wall calendar, but scaled down because it's easy to constantly pick up and put back down and change things on. So I can see my month at a glance, and with my week out on my desk, I see my week at a glance. I see both of these at a glance and they guide my daily planner with my lists. There's so much I love about ERIN CONDREN. I could talk about it for a lot longer, but I have a full ERIN CONDREN playlist, and also go back to my updates playlist if you really want to see how I plan in ERIN CONDREN. I go through that in my updates playlist videos. A really quick synopsis if you're new here is just I put any appointments or places we have to go that day in the top box, or something that must absolutely get done that day. So that's the top box. And then the second box is just carry over to-do items. And the third box would just be other to-dos, but usually like pictures might end up going there. I don't have to use the third box a lot. Well, this was Christmas week, so there wasn't a lot planned to do. I don't have to use the bottom boxes a lot because I use a daily planner also. Anything I go through and write here on my monthly spreads are kind of just for keepsake for me to remember as I look back in this book. That is my ERIN CONDREN. Right now for my daily, I am using this new golden coil. Golden coil is what I'm using for my daily planner right now. except it is a weekly planner. I will show you how I'm using it as my daily planner. I have used Simplified Daily Planner for over 4 years until I went into a golden coil recently. I really just wanted to be able to see my whole week at once, and I was ready for a change. My daily planner has changed up quite a bit. If you go back and watch my videos under my updates playlist, you will see that throughout the year, I have changed my daily planner a lot. So my ERIN CONDREN weekly never changes. That's how I can keep my schedule intact in my Ashley Shelly notebook. I don't pre-plan too far ahead in my daily, especially a daily with a page per day, because it's just like a fresh start per day. But I was wanting a change, and I absolutely love Golden Coil. It's a company where you get to design your own planner. You choose a layout and the pages that go in it and where those pages go. It's pretty amazing. If you have not heard of Golden Coil, I have a whole video to introduce you to them, showing you a daily and a weekly planner and how their system works. And I will link that video down in the description so you can find it easily. You can customize your front page. So I put my word of the year, like a little quote I want to remember about it. My word of 2020 is love. I put, in all you do, remember to do it in love, serve with love, cook with love, clean with love, work with love, show love in your actions. You can put whatever you want on that nameplate page. Then you get to pick any pages you want to go in the front of your planner. I picked a year at a glance vertical, and I'm just going to list big appointments there just so I can remember, like when we went to the doctor, when we went to the dentist, that type of thing. I put a year at a glance horizontally, and I'm just going to put things that brought me joy, like moments with my kids or whatnot throughout the month right there, so I can look back and have a quick glance of good things from the whole year. I put this year at a glance. I don't know if I will keep up with this the whole year, but I am writing down the miles walked outside each day. I do not count my gym time in the morning. So I do run sometimes on the treadmill in the gym. I go to the gym every Monday through Friday, but this is something different. This is for my mental walks outside, which in the winter, they usually happen near sunset. And in the summer, they usually happen near sunrise, right after the gym. So they happen at different times based on the time of the year and based on my family's schedule. I have found that walking outside not only is just, it's good for my body. Beyond working out in the gym in the morning, it's good to get your steps every day. Our bodies were meant to move. And the older I get, the more movement I need to keep myself feeling good mentally and physically. So this is just motivating for me to mark down the miles I walk outside. I don't track my steps during the day. I don't have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. I do just track this with the Nike Run app when I walk outside. I'm not counting any inside walks on the treadmill, like if it's raining and I go to my gym to walk. I'm not counting any runs that I do at my workouts in the morning. This is just my walks outside. I'd love to see at the end of the year how many walks I take outside. I'm keeping track of that on here and how many walks I took with my son. So I'm kind of notating that on here too. I really hope I keep up with this year. We will see. Then I put a couple lined pages up front just for extra notes, and then I started into my year. Now I am filling out the monthly layout in this daily planner. I don't always do that in my daily planner. I just wanted to because this is a brand new system for me, and I was really wanting to fill it out. There's a couple different things I should probably talk about, but I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to be doing an entire video on this new golden coil because I have not gone through this one. I've not gone through how I added all my personal events in here for my iCal, and they print on your month and they also print on your week. I will talk you through this whole planner in my new golden coil video coming up. But I do have a golden coil video that I did just a few months ago on one of their daily planners that I used for several months when I wanted a page per day still. And another weekly planner layout that I was planning to use for content, but I will show you what I'm using for content now on Instagram. I decided not to use that, at least right now, but I could switch to it during the year. But this is my daily planner right now. I put 2 of these list pages in between every month. I put 2 of these to-do list pages, and right now I'm making it flip between my week and the to-do list. I place 2 of these between every month. I'm putting gratitudes and great events and things here just on kind of journaling. This is what my weekly pages are looking at like as a daily planner. I just started this like a week and a half ago. I've not been in it too long, but it really feels good. It feels like I'm going to be able to use this for a long time as my daily planner, even though it's a weekly. It has a lot of room. I put my appointments or top 3 on the left side and then my other to-dos for the day, yet it doesn't give me too much room where I place too much on my plate for the day that I can't possibly get done. When you add in homeschool and channel work, such as recording videos or editing videos, those things take a huge amount of time out of my day. So I can't have more than this many items in my day. And yet on a daily planner, when I have an entire page per day, I put way too much on there and it gets overwhelming. I have a hard time figuring out what to do next. And then I end up making a separate list. That's why I was really wanting to go to using a weekly planner, but I've tried several. I needed a layout like this with just the right amount of room and the right layout. And I think this is going to do it for me. I'm really excited to be in here, but I absolutely love my golden coil. The rest of the planner stack, we're going to go through a lot faster. Those are my main planners. You saw my weekly, you saw my daily, what I'm using for my daily, and you saw my Ashley Shelly. These we're going to go through faster. I will link all the full review videos down in the description box. MaksēLife, I love this planner. It just did not fit in my weekly or daily lineup right now. It might sometime in the future, but I really wanted to give her goal setting system a try. I really absolutely love what Sierra has done with this planner, so that at the end of the year, I could tell you how I used it and compare it to PowerSheets. This is my second year using PowerSheets. MaksēLife is brand new, so this is my first year in MaksēLife. But basically, you have a whole 2 pages in between every week for your weekly actions, your goals, which are each assigned to a color, a different category, notes and reflections. I'm in the horizontal right now because I'm not using it for my planning. I am basically using it for my goals, check-ins, and kind of wins. So this is sitting in my bedroom at night next to my bed. I kind of just check in with it every night when I write in my 5-year, some lines a day journal. It's like my 2 nightly check-in things that I'm doing right now, and they both take only maybe 3 minutes each, 5 minutes if I'm taking a long time. So they're very manageable. I love having the weekly habit tracker because I'm just keeping track of a couple of my big habits on yearly habit trackers this year. So it's nice to see it weekly how I'm doing and be able to kind of change those habits weekly if I wanted to track different habits, kind of how you need to reevaluate your goals every week and what are your weekly action items on those goals. It's like reevaluating those habits. So I've only been using this for a little while because I didn't start right at the beginning of January. I think I started a week late. Well, I kind of started playing with it the first week in January. It's just kind of journaling how my day went as it relates to my goals, my habits, and just listing also wins, because that just makes me feel really good at the end of the day to just kind of recount my wins and like, okay, because sometimes we feel like we are not doing great at so much. And no matter how much we get done, we feel like there's just so much more that we didn't get done. I think it's so important to reflect on our wins and celebrate those and acknowledge those, and not to constantly be acknowledging the things we didn't get done or the things that we're not happy with. This puts your mind in such a better place, of course, just like gratitude does. That's how I'm using MAKSēLife right now, and the reason why I'm using the horizontal, even though usually as a weekly planner, I'm usually a vertical girl like ERIN CONDREN if I was weekly planning. Since I'm more like journaling and recounting, I picked to use the horizontal right now. And if at any time it feels like too much, I will drop it because it's not my main planner. But right now I feel like it's adding to my life and it's not taking much time. I am really enjoying it. Before I ran a planner channel, would I ever have bought this many planners? No. I bought a daily planner for the year and a weekly planner for the year, and I made myself stick with that because of finances. I was like, that's it. I've committed to these planners for the year. I'm just lucky that this is a really fun perk of my job, that I have all these planners to play in, and then I can really figure out what I love, and I can use extra planners that I might not have been able to before. So that's how my MAKSēLife is functioning right now. I mentioned this. This is a Leuchtturm Some Lines a Day memory book. It is a 5-year journal. I absolutely love it. I'm not going to show you too much in it because now I have all my private journaling in it, but it takes me like 3 minutes every night because they just give you a very small slot every day. I am doing every other year black and blue ink so that it's easy to tell apart. Let's go to February 29th. I'll show you the basic page layout, but I have a whole YouTube video walking you through this, and I will link that down below. You can buy this journal on Amazon or on many other sites, so make sure before you buy it on Amazon that you price check with some other sites to make sure the Amazon price is not inflated at the time, because I have seen based on supply and demand that sometimes it is inflated on Amazon. So you just fill it out. Every day, I put main events that happen in our family. This has been the most gratifying journaling experience that I've ever done in my life. I am now on year year 3. So I just started year 3. And like I said, I'm rotating black, blue, just to help tell the days apart. I'm also writing the high and the low temperature every day up here in the upper right-hand corner. And that's fun to see. And it is so fun to go back and read the previous 2 years, what went on that day. And it has also opened my eyes to prayers being answered that I honestly would not have acknowledged without this journal. I read just the other day something specific that I was praying for and asking for help with in my life. And that prayer was specifically answered months ago. And I didn't realize how much I had been praying and wanting that. And now I had it. Without this 5-year journal, going back and reading those previous days on the year before, I don't think I would have seen that. I don't go back and read my big long journals that I write in. I do have a personal journal that if I just need to just get feelings out and just write stream of consciousness thoughts, I write in that journal. I don't ever go back and read it. I really don't. So this way I go back and read it while I'm writing for this year. It has been a real blessing and just honestly the most enjoyable journaling I've ever done. It's gratifying and satisfying. And I love this 5-year journal. I'm so glad I found it and started in it. You can start in any month you want. If you start in July, then your 5 years are just going to run, July through July. I would recommend this to anyone. I have another really cool 5-year journal from the company Unbound, and I have a comparison video of the Leuchtturm one with the Unbound one. I will link that video down below so it's easy to find. Love my 5-year memory book so much. And yes, I'm keeping favorite stamps at the back. So as the year goes on, the 5 years, I just thought it would be fun to see all the stamps that I've used and loved throughout the 5 years. And sometimes I print things that I really love and want to remember that kind of have to do with journaling. I print them out from Instagram on my Polaroid zip printer. And I love this little start to my book. And now let us welcome the new year full of things that have never been. So this is one of my most favorite habits and treasures. And I honestly just don't let myself miss a night because I won't remember what happened. There is maybe a handful of times every year that I don't do it at night and then I do it first thing in the morning, or I just won't remember because that's where my mind is these days. Content planning. I mentioned that I had content planned in a golden coil previous to this, and I had planned to be in a golden coil again this year, but then I kind of just needed something smaller. I've used a Hobonichi Weeks before, but it was a little too small. I decided this year to try the MUJI planner. I got it off Amazon, but I know there's other places you can get it, and people have even told me other places have it cheaper than Amazon. Definitely search online if you're looking for it. It is just a basic layout like the Hobonichi Weeks. Left side is all your days of the week. Right side is to write lists. And it works perfect for me planning my content because that is the layout that I like. It was the layout I was using in Golden Coil. With the coil in the middle, I could only look at one side at a time. And I really need to see like my list for the week with my what I'm doing every day and constantly be working in that. And yet I didn't want it as small as the Hobonichi Weeks. So this has been working perfectly. This is what I use for content planning. It has my YouTube videos, but the main work in here is Instagram. So it's kind of like, what things do I need to film that week? And then where are those things going to go that week? Some companies, I've told things are going on specific days, and other things I have freedom to put them on any day. Things that are done so that I can know these need to be filmed. These are done. I can place these. It's a system I have going, and it has worked for me in this layout for a year now. I just haven't been in the MUJI planner. Now, I did buy the content planner to be able to review and try. The layout doesn't work for me to work only a month at a time, and it's a big landscape book. I am going to have a full review up of the content planner coming up in February, I believe. This is working great for me. I can see myself staying in it in the whole year. This sits also up on a clear acrylic easel on my desk so I can see it. YouTube videos, they go in that planner, but I also need to see just YouTube videos alone with absolutely nothing else. And that is what this is. Ever since I started my channel, I have used this exact same system. Now the way I run it has kind of morphed, but I have just used monthly printouts. I have used free monthly printouts. These I got off an Etsy shop. I will try to remember to link that down in the description. I just liked how plain it was. I do miss that the holidays are not on it, but a lot of the free printables of your monthly layout are not this plain. So this year I got these, and I only have half a year on here right now till June. I really love my system. It's worked for almost 3 years now, the entire time I've had my YouTube channel, and it really keeps me on track. I have different things that mark different things like red stars and dots and checks, and I know all of what they mean. Sometimes I put ideas over here to possibly switch out. Things are constantly moving, and that's why I use sticky notes, and I can plan way far ahead. Even though I only have till June on this clipboard, I have sticky notes in November and December on my YouTube calendar already because those are super busy months and I've already booked in videos for then. This is a free printout from the content planner where I just write in some launches just by month to keep me on track. And then these are just ideas, and I keep extra plain sticky notes. I've used them all up back here to stick in on the months. The sticky notes that I use are absolutely nothing fancy. They're 1.5 by 2 inches. I just cut them into thirds. So the sticky part goes on that side and they're just cut into thirds. When I move them around too much and they lose their sticky, although Post-it takes a lot to lose its sticky, but then I just use double-sided tape to stick them and make them stay. That is on an ERIN CONDREN clipboard. Also sits up on an easel on my desk in my office. Are we getting the point that I love everything to be up and in my face, or else if it's out of sight, it's out of mind? PowerSheets. Yes, I am still using PowerSheets this year. I loved PowerSheets last year. It was my first full year in PowerSheets. I'm not going through and telling you all my goals and talking about them all this year. They are all mainly just related around family and my home. I am keeping my PowerSheets tending list up on my desk on an ERIN CONDREN clipboard once again on an easel. So this is in my face too, with my monthly action items, my weekly action items. And I'm actually not keeping track of my daily habits on here because I'm doing that in my MaksēLife weekly. And then I'm doing it on my big charts, which I've shown on Instagram for the whole year. I'm actually doing a year-long tracker for my scripture study and my walks and my devotional with my boys, for those 3 things, because I just thought it would be fun to see as an entire year. And I have shown that on Instagram, and I think there's a post about it, but I know I've shown it in stories too, and I will continue to share that throughout the year and show you guys updates on that. So I don't think that I will be taking those onto here. I don't need to mark them in more places. I will put my link to my PowerSheets video down below. It is an intentional goal planner. It is not an agenda planner. So there's no weekly layouts, daily layouts. It is just an intentional goal planner. This is my personal one, so I'm not going to flip through the goals at the beginning, but it is beautiful and I have a full walkthrough all about it if you want to know what PowerSheets entails. Every month you have a tending list to check in with, and I am tearing those out now. They're perforated so they can be torn out. I'm putting them on the clipboard, and then you can tape them back in. There are blank pages in your monthly layout where you can tape those back in if you would like to. So PowerSheets, I am still in them for this year. I really still like PowerSheets for keeping me on track with my goals. But like I said, I'm kind of doubling over with the MAKSēLife and checking in there, seeing how I feel about both systems this year. All right, we're wrapping it up really quickly. This is a Leuchtturm notebook that I use for all my channel information. I cannot show you pages inside of it. It's been my channel book since the beginning, and I realized, I need a book to keep all this information in. All my stats are in here. I just call it my channel book. So it's a bronze, really pretty Leuchtturm lined book. It's just kept everything so well for me. And because it has so many pages, it'll be able to keep it probably for all the years that I run my channel. I don't think I'm going to run out of room in this book. So that is my channel book. And this other navy blue Leuchtturm is my life book. I keep lots of important life information in here. You could call it my everything book, but I really call it my life book. And I share what kinds of things I keep in here. And I show you the inside contents of this book in a YouTube video. I will link it down below. I've also made a recent IGTV kind of an update about this book. That's it. That is my 2020 planner stack. I think I've remembered to show you everything. As I was going around grabbing everything, I was like, wow, this seems like a lot. So I understand if from the outside it seems like a lot, and a lot of it might seem redundant. And I completely understand if you just want or need one planner and you don't need anything else. Use only what you want and need, what serves you in your life and what brings you joy. If anything is causing me more stress or work, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know. And if you go back and watch my updates videos on planning, you will see I just drop things. I stop using things that don't serve me. If it does not serve me and it's not working to serve me in my life, I feel no guilt or regret about dropping it and moving on and tweaking my system to serve me better, because that's what my planners and journals should do. I should not feel like I'm a slave to them. They are working for me. I would love to hear about your 2020 stack down below in the comments. Shout it out. I'm sure we would all love to read what everyone else is using. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy planning. planning, and we'll see you next time.